Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. You can also get a starter kit which contains a shaker with a bunch of sachets of different flavors for you to try it so you can pick your favorites. By using code SALT, you can get 30% off on your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full strongest baby Pokemon team, we'll be specifically looking at the special attack set for the strongest and 3-stage evolution babies, exactly like Ghastly. I wonder if you can guess what they are before watching this video. Maybe pause now and leave a comment. See if you're right. I want to see if people were. Okay, first opponent, this is against Pozon. I'm not really sure how to say that. I think this might be by the looks of it, I think that's Korean Calyrex. So my first Pokemon, of course, is going to be Ghastly. Now, Ghastly has 100 base special attack, so it's a very powerful special attacking Pokemon. So we got the Calyrex right, and this is a very bad matchup for me. I mean, it's good, but it's bad, because I'm probably going to get one-shotted. Now, my item is going to be Room Service, and it's going to be a Trick Room set. So Calyrex feels the need to set up a nasty bot. I mean, you know, its special attack is so low and stuff like that, and I'm going to be setting up the Trick Room. So, like, okay, that sort of benefits me now. Normally, I'd run a Focus Sat set, but this time, I wanted to see how slow I could get my Ghastly. So I've got Trick Room, and I've got the Room Service, and I've got Desi Bond, Sludge Wave, and Shadow Ball. Max health and max special attack, Quiet Nature. Now, I was thinking about it for a bit whether I should go for Shadow Ball or not. I was like, no, I cannot afford for this thing to actually get, you know, to be alive after this. I've got to go for Destiny Bond. It's going to take me out of the Astral Bride, so it's a double KO right there. An eye for an eye. Well, a gas cloud for a pony. So it's not the greatest start in the world, but it's not the worst either. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be bringing in my Magnemite. So Magnemite is 95 special attack base. Now, the next Pokemon, oh, it's another horse. We got Rapidash here. Now, I've got this Magnemite set as a Steel Beam, Zap Cannon, Volt Switch, and Gravity set. So, well, I don't know how much Rapidash can actually do to me. I've got an Everlight in this set. I believe I can live a high horsepower. Then it went for Sucker Punch. I'm like, hang on a sec, it doesn't get Sucker Punch, so it might be disguised as a little Zoroark. So go for the Steel Beam here on the Rapidash, which is actually Zoroark, and that is going to get one shot. And my EV spread on Magnemite was max health, and I've got max special attack, Quiet Nature as well. So exactly the same as that Ghastly. So bye-bye, Zoroark. Nice try there, nice try. Next Pokemon, it's going to be a discount Ho-Oh, and it's going to be coming in there. It's a little bit sunburned too. So I thought, okay, well, I've got the Zap Cannon ready to go here. I've got Gravity. Gravity is going to increase the accuracy, and hopefully it doesn't miss, and it doesn't. Zap Cannon is going to pop off, and that is going to be the end of the Moltres. So excellent start to this battle here so far, taking out 3 Pokemon. Unfortunately now, this is where things start to get tricky, pardon the pun there, because the Trick Room did run out. In comes Tapu Bulu, so like, okay, what are you going to do to me? I mean, a Fairy type move probably won't take me out here. A Grass type move, well, I think I'm going to be able to live these moves. And it's got the item as the Grassy Seed. Grassy Seed is going to raise its defense by 1 stage under the Grassy Terrain. Here comes a close combat, and yeah, that's definitely going to be the end of my Magnemite. So I thought, okay, I've got 2 Pokemon that could possibly deal with it. Well, have a chance of dealing with this, right? Since the Grassy Terrain was on the field, I'm going to bring in Oddish. So Oddish has 75 special attack. So that's another highest base Pokemon. This isn't the lowest one, though. There's actually one lower than this. So here comes a Zen Headbutt, and unfortunately it just bodies me in one shot. I thought I might be able to live that with Everlight, but obviously not. I think it would have been pretty close. So the gravity has returned to normal there, and next Pokemon is going to be Magby. Now this is the lowest special attack. Now I will say here, there are 2 other Pokemon besides Magby that did have special attack of 70 as well. I just did a randomizer, and I wonder if it gets what those Pokemon are. So I set the sub up here to spread the Tapu Bulu. Let me explain what this set is, because it is interesting. So it's a critting set. I've got Focus Energy,
Overheat, Belch, and Substitute. So you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you just use Overheat? I wasn't sure whether I was going to get the KO at this point. Plus, I actually needed to use the move Belch, I needed to consume a berry. And what was my berry? It was a Lancet berry. So it had the same effect as Focus Energy. I thought it'd be really cool to have Focus Energy and a Lancet berry. Now, interesting enough, when you have Focus Energy and Lancet berry, when you actually sub down and get the Lancet berry to activate or put it in the range, it actually won't activate if you've already used Focus Energy. So I guess that's how it works. You sort of have to choose one or the other. It's like really weird. You think, obviously use Focus Energy. Well, that's 2 Sager. Well, Lancet berry, that'll give me another 2. And, that's well and truly, max crit chance. But it doesn't work like that. I guess for some reason, since it can't activate, giving you 2, that would already make it like more than full amount of crit chance. It doesn't work. So just a little interesting thing there. So I'm going to go for another substitute here, and we're going to activate that Lancet berry eater, and it's going to give me a crit chance of +2. So now what I can do is I can finally go for Belch. And with the Belch there, it's going to be 4 times super effective. Not that it's really going to matter against Tapu Bulu, because it's used a lot of close combats, but this would have definitely taken out Tapu Bulu in one shot due to its 4 times weakness to poison. Like, Oddish, I was hoping I could just use Sludge Bomb on and take it out, but unfortunately it didn't live that hit. So I got a crit there. Man, that would have done so much damage. It would have done like 2,000 damage to Tapu Bulu. Next Pokemon is going to be the Rapidash. So we seen this earlier. This was the Pokemon that Zoroark was disguised as, and now they're going to go for a Desperation Dynamax here. So I'm thinking here, well, there's no one on my team that could possibly be able to outspeed a Rapidash. What sort of set is this going to be? Judging on the movesets they've used already, I'm going to say they're probably using a physical set. That's what I was thinking at this stage of the battle. Now, Rapidash, I don't think I'm going to outspeed it. I do have, I actually have Timid Nature on this, max speed, max special attack, but Rapidash is still going to outspeed me. So I'm assuming they're running Jolly Nature, and I mean, even then, I still might get outpaced by this thing. So that's going to be the end of my Magby, and that was like a Psychic move, so I'm going to assume it's like, I don't know, Psycho Cut or Zen Headbutt. So swapping in my Dugin now, not Dugin, Solosis. Speaking of these 2 Pokemon, this has got the biggest special attack stat for a 3rd stage evolution. It's a monster. So it's 105 base special attack. We've got a choice spec set with Future Sight, Psyshock, Thunder, and Flash Cannon. The ability is going to be Regenerator and choice specs as well. So it's a very, very decent set on this team. I really did need it too. Now, I gave it a bit of bulk, max health, and max special attack, quiet nature. So once again, a very similar build to work this team. It was actually quite good under Trick Room. So going for the Dynamax Solosis here. And I thought, well, I can go for the Flash Cannon. That'll do some good damage. Now, Rapidash has gone for Max Guard. Obviously, I guess they just did that to see what move I would use. And now they can see that I've got a Steel-type move. So, like, that really sucks. I would have liked to get a defense boost there. But, this is going to be my only chance to do it. So here it comes. I'm guessing this is coming from Play Rough. For that, and the Max Starfall is going to put the Misty Terrain in the field. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. I took that really, really badly, so I don't know what's going to happen here. So go for the Max Steel Spike on the Rapidash. Look at the damage I did. That was really great damage there. Doing a lot of damage to the Rapidash, but I didn't take it out, sadly, but it was really, really good. So that's going to be the end of Rapidash's Dynamax. Thank goodness. This thing's really, really scary. So I was hoping for a miss. It didn't happen. Here comes Play Rough. I lived on 12 health. You wouldn't read about it. And that is going to be the end of the Rapidash. So I was like, that's really, really good. That's excellent. So bye-bye Rapidash. Now, there was one more Pokemon left here. Now, since I was running a really, really slow Solosis set, I had the advantage against this next Pokemon, which is Toxapex, but I knew that it would outpace me and take me out. I only had a little bit of health too, so even with Toxapex's like, really subpar offensive sets, like stats, it would be able to get rid of me. So I know that, Psyshock would do a lot, or even Future Sight, but I had to swap it out because I wanted to get the Regenerator boost. And I'm going to show you one of the worst sets I've ever made, but it's one of the best. So we're going to go into Abra. It's a bulky set. Hear me out here. Hear me out. So Abra's got 105 base special attack. So I've got an Everlight Abra, only on Pinite Shuttle there, with the ability Magic Guard. Now we've got the movesets Dream Eater, because Abra has no way to put the opponent to sleep. We've got Dream Eater, Psycho Shift, Rest, and Sleep Talk. I've got max health and max defense. Bold Nature. So what I was attempting to do here, I've got Dream Eater to do damage. It's got a good amount of base power there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Abra go to sleep. Now, at that stage, I couldn't go to sleep because of the misty terrain in the field, but I thought, well, at least this way I might be able to see what moves Toxapex has got, and then I can chance swapping in the Sloses there, because it will get a bit of health back from Regenerator, and I might be able to take it out in one shot. If I don't, it's going to be nasty. So it's going to probably have to be up to Abra to try and pull some weight. So go for Sleep Talker. I was trying to get that Psycho Shift, and I got Dream Eater, so that really, really sucks. So if you don't know what the move Psycho Shift does, I'll explain it right now. So Psycho Shift, as the name suggests with the word shift, it shifts the status on the Abra, for example, or whoever's got the status and using that move onto the opponent. So I'm trying to give the sleeping status to the Toxapex, and then my Abra will wake up, and then I can use Dream Eater, you know? That was the idea. And then Dream Eater could heal me up at the same time and do, you know, super effective damage to Toxapex. And, you know, hoping the Toxapex wasn't running, like, super bulky on the special defense side. I'm assuming that it's max health, max defense. That's how most of them were built there, right? So Scald isn't actually doing enough damage because I've got an Everlight set, and Abra's special defense actually isn't all that bad. Like, I'll give you an example how bad its defensive stat, right, is. I gave it max defense, and I gave it Bold Nature. So its defensive stat was equal to its special defensive stat after 252 EVs of investment there. So that's how bad its defensive stat is. So go for another Sleep Talker. I'm really trying to get this to happening, right? But I got Dream Eater twice. I'm like, man, that really, really sucks. So the only thing I was a little bit worried about here is if I did get critted too. But it would have to crit me quite a few times. So now I'm forced to go for a rest here again. Once again, I didn't really want to swap into Loses. Like, I would have had to take a hit, and then take another hit, and then hope that my Psychic move would take out the Toxapex. I could have gone for a Future Sight, but would have it taken out one shot if I chanced a Psy Shot? You know, a lot of these like to run max health, max defense, so I don't think it would have taken it out, you know? So I've got to try and get this at Abra. So finally, I got the Psycho Shift. The sleep status is going to get shifted onto the Toxapex. Like, this is awesome. So I got the sleep on the Toxapex. It's fallen asleep. It's closed its peepers, and I'm going to wake up straight away. So all I got to do, right, is get a couple of Dream Eaters off, hopefully. So hitting it hard, man, look at that damage. It almost took it out there. So that was some great damage on the Abra, and that's going to heal me all the way up there. So the Toxapex is going to be asleep, and I can use a final Dream Eater to take it out here. The item of the Toxapex got is Black Sludge. You know, that's the normal item. Go for the second Dream Eater, and that is the end of Toxapex. What a battle there, people. That's a crazy battle. And to top it off, I also got a Salty DC. I really wish they wouldn't have disconnected there, because it was a really good battle, but I guess they were a little bit upset that they lost to a bulky Abra. Anyway, let's get some. If that didn't deserve a like, a bulky Abra, I don't know what did. Second battle, this is against Zirkle, and we've got a very, very interesting team here as well. Also, to any of my viewers that do drink G Fuel, it is a code sold at the moment with 30% off. So if you want to give yourself a saving, I think that's hanging around just to Monday there. The link will be in the description. So we've got a interesting lead here. It's going to be a Stunfisk lead. Now, it's going to be using the Sandstorm here, and I'm going to be using the Trick Room. So, it's not often you get to see a Ghastly get outpaced by a Stunfisk. So I'm going to get hit by some sand here, right? And now the Stunfisk is going to swap out. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I guess the sand is going to benefit this whole team because it is a full Stunfisk team. So go for a Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball does pretty good damage. Like, Stunfisk is quite bulky, and I really like Stunfisk. It's actually quite a versatile Pokemon. It's bulky, it's got good offense, it learns lots of different moves, and it's got unique typing as well. So I went for a Destiny Bond here because I thought, well, you know, Stunfisk will easily be able to take Ghastly out, and it didn't. It went for a Spark. It tried to get that Spark in a relationship, but it didn't work, people. That the Spark died, and unfortunately my Ghastly's going to die as well because Shadow Ball didn't do enough. And, you know, I wasn't going to go for another Destiny Bomb. So that's the end of the Ghastly there. Ghastly's got a really cool shiny too. Like, I really like that. So next we're going to bring in Oddish here. I had to bring in additional reinforcements, people. So I had an idea. I was like, let's get the grassy terrain up. I'm going to shake my head and get that grass up. Now, what I can do here, I didn't actually get to explain this set last time because I got wrecked by Tapu Bulu. I've got Max Health and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature. I've got Strength Sap, Sludge Bomb, Pedal Dance, and Grassy Terrain. Everlight is the item, and the ability is going to be Chlorophyll. So the sand has gone away, which is really good. And now I've got the opportunity to go for a pedal dance here. Like, pedal dance do a lot. Now, apparently this Stunfisk was a scumbag King dropped spark set. So they're trying to not only flinch me, but paralyze me at the same time. Like, I'd never do that to anyone else, right? That's definitely something I wouldn't do. So that's going to be the end of Stunfisk. I don't think the crit actually, I don't think the crit mattered there. That was like overkill. So I'll buy my Stunfisk and a little bit of more health to the Oddish from the grass straight. So next Pokemon is going to be Stunfisk Galar, and Mimicry is going to come into effect, which is really, really cool. Like, I really like Mimicry. I wish that Stunfisk would get terrain-based moves so it could use it a little bit more easily, rather than relying on another partner Pokemon, a Dynamax, or the opponent. So the funny thing is that Mimicry actually kind of messed up this Stunfisk damage with Steel Beam, you know. That would have been Stab, but it's not because it's a grass type Pokemon now. So it's going to have Steel Beam as its strongest move there. It's a good thing that I am running a bulky Oddish set, because a couple of these Steel Beams would have easily taken me out if I wasn't. So I managed to live on 14 health there. Stunfisk pretty much takes itself out there with recoil, so that was good. I didn't really have a lot to do with the Galar Stunfisk with. But I mean, I could have gone for a Sludge Bomb there if it was a grass type, but since I was locked into the the pedal dance, I couldn't do anything. I kind of wanted to get that going though, but it fainted anyway. Next Pokemon is going to be another Stunfisk. So this is like a Stunfisk team, but they're all like rugs, It's going to go for a Thunder. It misses like what? And then I seen a little activation, and it was a Blunder Policy Thunder Stunfisk. I like that. It's a good way to increase its speed. Unfortunately for the Stunfisk, I didn't hit myself in confusion, and man, shiny Stunfisk got rolled out like a rug. I did it again, people. So that's the end of Stunfisk number 4. So Oddish is somehow still alive in this matchup through all odds there. The grassy terrain is going to disappear, and the next Pokemon is going to be Stunfisk, and I hope I don't activate that trap card. I hope it's not something like, it could be Weakness Policy. Maybe that's what the name meant. That's what I was thinking that time. It's going to go for a Metal Claw. I don't know if Stunfisk has got claws, but I guess it could be from this little, like, bear trap thing. And now we're going to bring in Magby. I was like, right, this is good. This is quality. What I can do is, like, I didn't really want to go for a Focus Energy because I was worried about a status move or a powerful attacking move, and it ended up using Yawn. So, like, okay, that's really good that I used Substitute. So now we're going to get a Dynamax Stunfisk Galar. Probably not something you get to see very often. And I've got my options of just subbing down and getting rid of this Dynamax here. I was quite possible thinking that, Stunfisk doesn't have anything to get around my Substitute either. Like, it doesn't have any other moves. It's never going to outspeed me. So I went for the Ovate, and that was quality damage there. I was like, please don't have a Weakness Policy. Please don't have Weakness Policy. So Stunfisk is not going to have Weakness Policy. However, it is going to go for a Max Knuckle there, so it's going to punch my little Substitute. So obviously the Substitute's going to break, and, it's going to be the end of that. So I thought I can keep going down to my Substitute here and get my Lancet, bro, right? That'll be really good. And then if I use Overt again, it's a good chance of it being a critical hit, and that should be enough to take out the Stunfisk. And by that time too, it'll actually be out of Dynamax, so I won't have to deal with like maximum amount of health, so that's the another boost in attack for the Stunfisk. You can't even see Stunfisk's eyes, like the bear trap, like little, I guess they're like little spy things, are covering its eyes. It's pretty funny. So go for another Substitute here. I'm going to be able to eat my Lancet, bro, right now and get that critical hit chance. So this is my last turn. I can hide behind the Substitute too. I've got to attack next turn. So here it comes, is another Max Knuckle on my little Magby here. Now, my Magby has got the Flame Body too, if I didn't mention that before. And it's got Max Speed and Max Special. So that's going to be the end of the Stunfisk Dynamax, which is good. I still have my Dynamax up my sleeve as well. So going for over here, I'm like, okay, this is going to take the Stunfisk out. This is really good. And I didn't get a critical hit. Are you serious? But keep watching. Watch this, like you wouldn't read about it. So now Stunfisk is going to scratch me with a Metal Claw. It's going to take me out, but Flame Body's going to kick it, and it's going to be a double KO. Wow, that was crazy. So I got really bad luck, but then I got really good luck. So that was pretty fun. It was a really, really funny turn there. So that's going to be the end of the Stunfisk Galar. So that was the other Stunfisk Galar down. Now, I think there's like one of each left. So I'm going to go into my Magnemite here. And this is called Trapinch. Oh, I see. I get it. I understand. Trapinch, get it? The trapping Pokemon. So now it's going to go for a Snap Trap here. I really like the move Snap Trap. It's really cool. I mean, I like trapping moves. You can come up with some really nice strategies. So I went for the Steel Beam here, but it missed. I was like, oh man, that sucks. So now Magnemite's like taken like crazy amounts of damage to that. The problem with this Magnemite, it was kind of useless against this team because I had Steel Beam and then 2 electric type moves. Like, well, I'm just going to go for Steel Beam here. The ability I had on Magnemite 2 is Analytic, and trust me, if it actually survived the hit, which it did a fair bit at the time, and then used Steel Beam with Analytic, it did a lot of damage. Like, it was like really, really powerful at that. So next Pokemon is Abra, and I was like, Abracadabra, and I went for rest there, and then the Stunfisk went for rest. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to use my Psycho Shift strategy, but I could actually use Dream Eater straight away. The problem, I was thinking, like, my opponent's probably going to be like, what the heck is using Dream Eater? Like, that's so situational. Like, you know, it was just lucky they had Dream Eater for this set, right? So the Stunfisk is going to be sleeping here, and it's going to have Sleep Talk. So it's got Sleep Talk, Rest, Snap Trap, and some other move. I wasn't really sure at the moment. So it's going to roll the Snap Trap here. Now, since Abra has got the Magic Guard, it's not going to actually get hit by the, residual effects at the end of the turn by Snap Trap, which is a, nice little effect of Magic Guard. So I'm going to go for another Dream Eater here. I mean, it's not really doing that much damage, of course, because it's resisted, but I'm still pretty happy about that. So now Stunfisk is going to go for yet another Sleep Talk here. I was like, well, I can leave another Snap Trap, and it's going to get rest. So it's got some classic PIMPNITE luck right there. So that's going to be the end of the Stunfisk's resting period, and it's going to be the start of my Abra's resting period. So I was thinking to myself here, well, I can't do anything. I'm trapped in by Snap Trap, right? So it's not like I can freely swap it out, and then it went for a fissure. So that's the end of my Abra. So Abra got completely dominated in that battle. There was nothing to do. Completely shut down and then got hit by a one-hit KO move. It happens, people. It happens. Happens to the best of us. So we're going to bring in Slows now. This is a Desperation Dynamax if I ever seen one. And what I wanted to do here, I was sort of stuck in two minds. I was like, should I get the Psychic Terrain up for maybe the Stunfisk after that to hit it really hard? Or should I go for Flash Cannon to try and boost my defense? I know it's got Fissure, so all this thing can really do to me is go for Snap Trap. It can't really do a lot of damage. So first things first, the Stunfisk is going to go for Sleep because obviously they want to use Sleep Talk and stuff like that. So I wasn't really too fussed about that. Now, I did think about going for the like Thunder, that the Electric Terrain would be put on the field, but I didn't want to do that just yet. Like, I just want to get the Psychic Terrain up on the field. So I was thinking I should be able to do like a decent amount of damage to that, so even though it's going to resist it. This thing's got a lot of special attack too. Like, we're going to have a Mimicry too. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Mimicry, put it into a Psychic type, at least then it'll change typing. Then I could go for a Max Steel Spike. That'll be, at least it'll be neutral. So I went for the Max Steel Spike. Look, it probably did around the same amount of damage when you think about it, or very, very close. I was like, okay, well, it's not all that bad. I mean, it doesn't have as much base power and stuff like that either, but at least I got a defensive boost. The defensive boost is going to be really nice. So they're going to go for Sleep Talk Rest, and of course, it's going to fail. I mean, I like seeing Sleep Talk Rest. I don't like when I use it, of course. So Trapinch almost goes down. It was very, very close. That's the end of my Dynamax there. But, it did a pretty good, solid performance right there. Trapinch wakes up. I mean, Stunfisk, man, I got those two mixed up. And it goes for a Fissure. Oh, man. I thought that was going to land for a second, and it would have been salty. So that's going to be in the Trapinch. Said there's one more Trapinch Stunfisk. Man, these Pokemon called other names. Like, let's be real here. I have trouble pronouncing names of this, but when Pokemon are named other names, that's another level of confusion. So now we've got the Stunfisk. It's going to use Sandstorm here. So obviously this is a scumbag Sand Veil. So it's like, okay, hopefully I can get through this. I got the Psyshock up. That's really, really good. This Stunfisk is really thick, so it's going to take like a couple of hits to take out. But I got a lot of health, so I was, I was thinking pretty positive here right now. So now Stunfisk is going to go for a Pain Sphere. That's it. The only way Stunfisk can actually heal itself outside of rest, so it works pretty nicely there as well. So go for another Psyshock on the Stunfisk, and it managed to live that. So like, okay, one more is needed to actually take this thing out. Unfortunately, I'd actually lost a fair bit of health. Now the Stunfisk is going to have Mud Slap. So like, yep, this is definitely a Sand Veil set. So that's going to drop the accuracy of my Solosis, and Psyshock is going to miss. I'm like, I'm not going to lose to a Mud Slap Stunfisk, right? That's going to be cruel. So here comes another Mud Slap on my Solosis, and with the sand, it's actually doing a fair bit of damage. It's really starting to rack up here, and I actually just managed to get a Psyshock off there and take Stunfisk out. And that, my friends, is the second battle. A really, really cool team there. I hope you enjoyed both these. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another upload. Peace out, people.